the previous videos, we spoke about the middle stump, which refers to the identity being before doing. We also addressed the three levels: excess level or association level, level of management or responsibility, and the last one was the level of authority or accountability. For those of you guys who like fried chicken, it was streetwise to KFC loaded box meal, and then the last one was the KFC bucket value that we can add. So middle stump, identity. Leg stump, where I take up my position or where I play. And then the third stump is the off stump, and I call the off stump the systems stump. This is the place where we decide, what am I going to leave? What am I going to play at? Am I going to play from the front foot or the back foot? So here we talk about your strengths, your weaknesses, and especially setting up your innings that you just started. You might be playing cricket for a very, very long time. That's not the issue. The issue is, how do we grow and how do we become better? By looking at ourselves and looking at the way that we play. So systems are important. And here, I want just a word of caution. There's a very, very small percentage of players who are really good in Mzansi or South Africa, who reach the Protea level. Very few players get the opportunity to play cricket as a career, as a professional. So we need to look at the holistic development of players. And here, we need to look at, how do you do at school or at university where you study? Academically, are you strong? Secondly, you need to look at how you spend your money, your financial systems. What have you put in place to make sure that you have a career which might not be cricket? Thirdly, what is the system of the relationships that you have? What are the most important relationships? What are priority? What are the priorities in your life? And how do you deal with those relationships? Because funny enough, all of those things have an influence on whether you score 100 on a Saturday or not. So here on the off stump, we need to decide on a few things. This is where our decision making is. And I want to ask a simple question. I want to ask you, what is your preferred way of doing things? Now I'm asking this question against the background of the leg stump. What is your team culture? How do you do things here? Now I'm coming to you and I'm zooming in on the individual and I'm asking you, what is your preferred way of doing things? Do you have any expectations of the season? Have you set up your objectives for the season? Have you written down your goals for your life beyond cricket? And then I want to ask an even more important question. And the question is, first question was, did you set up goals for your future? The second question is, like I said, more important is, did you work out a system to get to those goals? How are you going to practice and play those objectives? Cricket is normally set up, we practice during the week and we practice like we're going to play. It doesn't make any sense to practice in a different way from how you're going to play. So practice and the game itself is a continuation of one thing. It's the same in life, it's the same in cricket. If you've written down your expectations, if you say, in 10 years' time, I want to be here, my question is going to be, okay, break it down. What will it look like after 2 years? What will it look like after 3 years? After 5 years? Because once we do that, it becomes clear that we have a plan. And part of our evaluation includes the following. And many times, players think that this is the coach's responsibility. It's not, it's yours. The responsibility is to continually evaluate your own performance. If it's a great performance, if I've done well, is how do I deal with good performances and how do I reward myself? At the same time, and maybe even more important, if stuff does not work out, if I'm not scoring centuries or I'm not getting 5 wickets every single game, or if I'm not doing brilliantly and I'm really struggling, how do I deal with bad performances without shooting myself down? The key is the systems that we develop as we play our innings. How do we respond to balls that are short or full, on or off, or just outside the off stump? They call it the area of uncertainty, that little area where you don't know whether to play or not to play. The decision to play or not is based on the systems, on stuff that you have in place, that you do repeatedly. Do you have those systems in place? And if I ask you right now to just pull them out and talk me through it, will you be able to? If not, it means that we have to look at the off stump in your cricket life again.